Talk Podcast is back. And no, we did not get traded 3/4 of the way across the country in a trade package that is questionable at best. It's your host, SNAFU. And with me, Jesus Christ. Starting off on a great foot. And per usual, we have no, because you know what? That was me giving you space to introduce yourself. You knew that you were supposed to jump in. That's how it always works. But anyway, and as always, we've got Rob and Tay with us.
Yo.
This team hasn't traded anybody away, even though somebody is definitely on the block. We're not going to say who, but everybody knows.
Yeah. That's shit.
But anyway,
Well,
so
you're gonna need like three first round draft picks.
okay, I'm glad that you think your stock is so high. I'm pretty sure that we could get away with Kyle Korver, a second rounder, and cash considerations.
Could.
But anyway, so first thing I want to do is shout out to the Toronto Raptors for dethroning Golden State. Kawhi laughed his way to another championship, even though I hate that Drake's gonna be insufferable now because he's a team that he pulled for actually won something. Hope KD gets well soon. Torn Achilles are no joke. I hope Clay gets better soon. Torn ACLs are no joke. I hope Steph heals from the emotional damage that he's suffering from Twitter right now. And yeah, but the topic of the first topic we can fully start on will be this trade that the Lakers pulled off by sending who was it? I know they sent Lonzo. They sent Ingram, that's who it was, and some other kid, and 3 first rounders. 3, count them, 1, 2, 3. They sent them to New Orleans for one guy.
Mm-hmm.
One guy. Third best in the league. Yeah, it's worth it. Now that LeBron is there, AD's going in. Now you about to get everybody come
Here.
there. Super team. Yeah. Not with just them two. They still gonna get some more watch. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Now that LeBron is there, LeBron there was like, maybe not. Now you get AD. Now everybody like, okay, LeBron, AD.
Well,
I'm thinking I probably want to go join this squad.
Well, so this is something I saw with those 3 first round picks. It's basically like for the next 7 years. Like basically the Pelicans can pretty much choose when they want to use it. So, it's gonna be wild for what's it called?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good. I believe they're gonna have a good squad. But y'all not now, but eventually.
I still felt like they could have still got Kuzma.
Why? You gonna trade? I wouldn't trade my whole team. Somebody got to stay.
No, I'm talking
Out of all
about.
them, I keep Kuzma.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Lakers did a good job, keeping what's his name, Kuzma. Because I thought like in order to get AD, they pretty much have to get rid of Kuzma, but they avoided that.
Well, I'm
Or
pretty
they
sure
did give it.
I'm pretty sure to keep Kuzma, they had to. That's why they had to give 3 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Because it
That's
probably
what I'm
would have
saying.
been
That's
it
what
probably
I'm
would have
saying.
been the 3 players they sent plus Kuzma, and they would have got to keep their picks. But they didn't want to get rid of literally everything around LeBron to go get AD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is about to be very, very fun. Very, very entertaining.
So does he think? Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Kemba Walker.
Who?
Kemba
Oh yeah.
Walker.
He already said he already ready to take less, so you already know what's gonna happen.
I mean, I think that it's going to depend on like what happened. Like, I think it's going to depend on who gets signed. Like, honestly, I think Charlotte's going to do everything in their power to keep him. Because why wouldn't you? Like, there's literally no point in trying to.
But why
Like,
stay?
well, I mean, he wants to stay. Obviously,
Wants to. Anybody would want to stay.
well,
But
no. If
you want a ring, too.
If Kimba said that he's willing to take a pay cut, that's telling you that he wants to stay.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to leave my team either. Team that gave me a chance. But I'm saying though, nobody's gonna come to Charlotte, man.
And people
Nobody wants to come to Charlotte.
and people come for money, man.
And what Charlotte does not have.
And it has MJ in there.
Yeah, no, that's actually a detriment to the whole team. That's a no for real. Like, he is a reason that people don't want to come to fucking Charlotte.
For face value, I guess that's probably why. But
Yeah, but he also hasn't proven to be any kind of a decent fucking GM.
Yeah, I can never
Like,
see him.
what has he? Well, well, it doesn't matter. But what has he brought to the team since he's been there?
not shit, but keep Kemba Walker there. Yeah, them Hornets uniforms are nice with the Jordan logo on it.
What? What? Literally anything can look nice with a Jordan logo on it. What are you saying to me?
What you say? Okay, my mic cut off. No, can you know that old school, the old school Hornets jersey, and they had the Jordan logo for it.
Well, I mean, he didn't bring those back. They did those because of it was like it was like a 20-year anniversary of the team. That's why they had those jerseys, and they just had the Jordan brand on it because Jordan's the sponsor of the team.
Yeah.
So
That's
Jordan,
what I'm saying, like that's what he brought to the team, the Jordan brand, and able to keep Kemba Walker.
well, they haven't kept Kemba Walker yet.
They're not gonna keep him.
They will. They'll keep him.
I doubt it.
I had to believe that they will.
Now, I'm a Hornets fan, but I believe Kemba Walker should. You know,
That man wanted a ring. He don't give a damn about that money.
How do you know he wants a ring? Have you talked to him? Have you sat down with him?
He already said he'll play for less. He ain't thinking about the money.
Right. So that means he's willing to stay and build with the Hornets.
So you telling me you're gonna stay and potentially build with Hornets, may not get a ring, or go somewhere where you know damn well you can go get a ring?
Well, I didn't say all that. Like, now you're going real fanciful, and I'm a Hornets fan. Sir. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're telling him that, like, he said he's willing to take a pay cut because he wants to build. He wants to do great things in Charlotte. He loves Charlotte, apparently, for some god unknown reason. He loves Charlotte.
He the man. He the man in Charlotte.
Yeah,
I want to stay somewhere where I'm the man.
Yeah, I can never get why.
He's not always
Because
going
he's the best
somewhere
player.
else.
We don't have a bunch of Kobe's no more, bro. That era's gone.
You're not gonna get that in the next 20 years. I'm talking about like, well, what are you talking about? Like Kobe as a stand with one team? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna get that for the next 20 years, yeah. Because after the players finish off their rookie contract, they can be like, all right, you know what? You drafted me, I appreciate it, but I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Trying to get the rings now. There's a lot of competition.
Yeah. But Kobe, you know, he had his ups and downs with the team, but you know, he stayed.
He stayed.
Well, that's also because where else was Kobe gonna go? For real. Let's talk about it.
Anywhere.
No, because no. He
Kobe.
right, but who's gonna be willing to pay for Kobe but the Lakers?
So you telling me nobody can be able to pay Kobe, but
No,
everybody can pay?
but who's
somebody can pay LeBron.
no. What I'm trying to say is who's going to be able to lure him away from fucking Los Angeles? Los Angeles had everything.
He don't want to leave there. That's what I was saying. I said we don't have a bunch of Kobe's no more. You know, Kobe is the type of person where he's going to stay at that team. He's not leaving.
He was going to stay.
No,
he was going to stay at Los Angeles because it's the Lakers, and they kept bringing people in for him. It wasn't I love this team, I love this place, that's why I'm staying. No, it was okay, y'all are gonna pay me buku bucks, and then you bring in people that are gonna help me win championships. It wasn't a love of the franchise, it was a love of I can win.
He was there 20 years. They didn't win 20 championships.
Yeah, but you have arguably one of the most dominant teams to ever touch an NBA floor with those early, like late 90s, early 2000 Lakers. Then when you get when you get like Derek Fisher, you get, you know, that second round where he won two championships. When you get that team, he was constantly winning until his last years. He didn't have to win championships every year, but he was constantly fucking winning. He didn't really have to worry about losing seasons because they were always winning. And what team was going to be able to offer that but the Lakers? That's why he stayed. He didn't stay because of the love of the franchise.
Yeah, he's always been a Lakers fan. The boy won't go nowhere else.
Yeah.
He was going to eventually end up at Lakers.
Right, but you're telling, okay, but after 4 years he goes to the Lakers. That's different.
Yeah.
Then you can like, you know, kind of explain it in a different way. But the fact is that he went to the Lakers. Once he went to the Lakers, he was going to stay there as long as they kept winning. The moment that they would have stopped winning, if he was in his prime and they weren't bringing people in and they were losing, he would have gone elsewhere. Because of it, like,
So
that's what would have happened.
That happened to Kemba Walker.
I mean, honestly, I think Kemba likes it in Charlotte. I think that he enjoys that the community that he has around him there. Like, I think he might genuinely like it. Again, I don't know why. Charlotte's a fine place, but right. It's not those it's not those big marketplaces. It's not your New Yorks or anything like that. But he must enjoy he must enjoy Charlotte. But that's the thing, like there's plenty of stories of people like I don't want to leave Memphis because I enjoy the people here, or I don't want to leave, you know, fucking Vancouver because I like it here. And he seems to be one of those people right now. Now, I'm sure if Los Angeles right now were to call him up and be like, look, we got buku bucks. We'll give you a supermax because, well, we need you. I'm sure he would think it over. He doesn't have a choice but to. I would question him as a person if he didn't. Just because, like, if somebody comes to you with that, you it's hard to argue. But I think he genuinely wants to stay in Charlotte because he enjoys Charlotte. If he didn't enjoy Charlotte, he wouldn't have come out publicly and been like, yeah, I'll take a pay cut if I can stay here. The only people who say stuff like that are people who genuinely believe that, like, there's either something good happening or they really love it there.
That man is gone. He's gone. Just get over it. He's gone.
Yeah, he's not gone yet.
No hope.
I mean, at this point, he could make a life for himself anywhere. Honestly, I say this. If I'm Charlotte, I'm saying fuck it. Kemba, let's put these contract negotiations on hold right now. And I'm going to get Kawhi. Because fuck it. Because if you can get Kawhi, you can keep Kemba.
True.
It's all about that incentive. Like, if you prove that you're willing to go out and get it, then go out and get it. Like, if Charlotte's really about it, try that. Do that shit. Try it. Approach Kemba or approach Kawhi. What's he gonna do? Tell you no? Okay, cool. You just got you got told no. Then you focus on Kemba again. Keep Kemba. But you got to bring stuff. You got to bring something to. You had to bring something to make him, like, to entice him to fully stay.
Oh,
Kemba.
stay well.
In Charlotte. I mean, he said he'll stay, but he's also, like, an athlete who wants the best for himself and his career.
Yeah.
So you had to. But that's the thing. If you can bring in people who are going to, like, do that, like, help him get there, then he'll stay.
Like who? Who they gonna bring to Charlotte?
You could go try and get Kawhi. Especially, I mean, yeah, probably.
From LA. Why the Clippers?
Well, because the fucking Lakers have no money anymore. They're going to have to spend it all on AD.
Kawhi's not a money type guy, though.
But
no, you're good, but you're going to have to pay that man. You're still going to have to pay that man. Even if you don't ask for a supermax, you're going to have to pay that man.
True. Well, they got, like, what, $33 million? And,
you think Kawhi going to take that? And then you still got to pay. You're going to have to bring in other free agents. You just lost 3 players. You lost 3 players, 3 picks, and, well, my bad. And you trade off. You've lost 2 players. So now you got to go find 2 guys to fill up those spots on the bench, if nothing else.
they actually got fined a lot because they said they only got 6 players under contract.
See, exactly. So that means they got to go searching. They have to search.
And they gotta find like low level.
You're gonna have to find some guys who are willing to play at that vet min.
Yeah.
At bare minimum.
Yeah.
Because again,
because they trying to get
they didn't. I haven't heard like what he's looking for, but I mean, if he's willing to take less than the 221 max contract, then I would see. in this situation, you kind of have to see like what's your minimum, like what is the least amount that you'll sign for? Because that's when if I'm Kimba, I'll give them a number, but it's going to be something like, look, if with the money that we're saving, we need to go find something.
Yeah, you got to guarantee me something.
Like if I'm like, look, if I'm going to take 50 million, like if I want to take $40 million less than I should be making to help build this team, you got to bring somebody in. Like straight up, there is no like it's not going to be like, oh, good, like what's that, good faith. Like I can't work on good faith right now. I need you to talk these dollars and cents to me right now. You need to talk these X's and O's with me right now. Because like,
ooh, this is gonna be very entertaining.
Oh no, it's definitely gonna make this off season real interesting. But I mean, honestly I think that Charlotte can keep Kimba. It's gonna take some. You got to show him something. You got to show him like that you're willing to try to build this. That you want to build something here and not just bullshit. Because they haven't really brought anybody in the past few years that's ever worked the fuck out. You brought in damn Nicholas Batum and he ain't done shit. You drafted MKG and he hasn't shown you much of anything lately. Ever since he got in the damn league. No, but for real, what has he?
Truth, yo. That's the truth.
Like Kimba's for real been putting this team on his fucking back and trying to carry this thing.
He had 60 points and the team still lost. I remember that game. That pissed me off.
Well, to be fair, Dante
Exactly
Dante Exum has done the same thing, but again, Rob, going back to this, what you're like, he's not guaranteed to leave. Again, if there is something shown that, look, if you come in under the max contract, this is what we can do with the money, then you can entice somebody to stay.
No, I don't know.
Like, okay, so why did LeBron leave Cleveland to go to LA?
Because he know LA is a big market. Everybody wants to play in LA. It's a hard. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all trying to say he can get anybody. Not everybody want to come to no damn Charlotte.
First of all, no. I didn't say they could bring in anybody. What I'm saying is they need to show that they will have it. They're trying to bring people in. I understand that Charlotte's a hard sell. Any medium to small market is hard to sell. Unless somebody A, really loves the game, or B, really loves the money.
True.
But what I'm saying is, like, LeBron left Cleveland the first time because he wanted to go win a ring, and the organization wasn't doing anything to help him do that. So he left.
Yeah.
Right? He comes back once they've got some pieces and then takes them to a championship. But why did he leave again?
Because he wanted to play in LA.
But he also wanted to be in LA for his kids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was,
and they promised him a ring.
But that was his incentive. You have to find what somebody is willing to leave for, what somebody's willing to come to you for. If it's somebody wants the money and you don't have it, then you're not getting that person. But if you can offer them something that they don't have already or that they're looking for, then you can. Like, this is Kimba's team. It's Kimba's team. They don't have to be like, oh, you know what, if you stay here, it's your team. Kimba knows that's his team. It's always been his team. Since he got drafted, it's been his team. But you just have to find people. But you have to, exactly, and that's probably one reason why he doesn't want to leave. Because if he goes to a Los Angeles, or if he goes to, I don't know, another team, it won't be his unless he goes to another situation like Charlotte.
He won't be number one.
Like, the only places that he could go and still be number one, like, honestly, he'd go to the Nets and it would still kind of be his team right now. I mean, he's gonna go because of the money. That boy's a mercenary. That's what he is. He's just a merc. That boy will go wherever who's gonna pay him best.
Hey, look where he came
And
from.
I respect him. But I respect it. You know? What, that had nothing. First of all, he only played a year there, so he didn't have all that Duke on him anyway. One of my boys who's he is a diehard Carolina fan. Diehard. He said that he doesn't hate any Duke players that only played 1 year because they technically don't count. They don't have all that.
That's the whole thing, then.
And honestly, but but also you got to remember about his.
Don't count Zion there, right?
Well, but you also got to think about it. No, but there's another reason why you can't kind of count Kyrie, because he got hurt that year that he played at Duke,
Zion
and he
did
didn't.
too.
But Kyrie missed like at least a third of the season, and
Zion missed the most important games of his career, and Duke. No matter. Come on!
Well, I guess this is the Tobacco Road rivalry portion of the podcast where the Carolina and Duke fans argue about shit that's unimportant in the long game, which I'll back out because I don't give a shit about either side. But fuck Carolina.
We
Just
could talk about.
fuck
We could
Carolina.
talk about Virginia or Virginia Tech.
But y'all don't care about that. Y'all don't have anything to say about that. I have words to say, but y'all don't give a shit. That's why I just back off and let y'all talk about your, which blue is better, and yeah, have your fun.
I don't care. Season's over with. So.
First of all,
Ain't nothing.
no. First of all, rivalries never die. Shut up. That's stupid.
Never die.
Rivalries never die. I will hate the University of Virginia in Charlottesville 365 days out of the year, 25/8, 366 on leap years. I don't care what's going on. If I have kids at their birthday party, I will say fuck UVA even though it's their day. On my wedding, I will incorporate fuck UVA into my vows, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's just where I stand. Rivalries don't fucking die, and you're cornball for trying to say that shit. And I don't respect you.
I don't care for it right now.
Then
Ain't
you aren't a
nothing else to
diehard
say.
fan. You're not a diehard
I guess
fan.
I'm not then.
You
I'm a
don't.
Carolina
Nope.
fan. I guess I'm not a diehard then.
Nope. Doesn't sound like it.
I don't know what else.
What?
Because again, being a fan of a team, you're a fan of that team in season, off season, everything.
Oh yeah, I hate JJ Redd to this day.
See, that's the hate I'm talking about. That's the hate I'm talking about.
Hate him.
You know Matt Schaub? Have y'all heard of Matt Schaub, the quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played at Virginia. Fuck him. To this day, he's still the backup.
What? He was a Falcon, wasn't he?
Yep, and I hated him. And I hated that we drafted him. I did. Because, he got drafted after Michael Vick got there, too. Matt Schaub was the last quarterback to beat the Virginia Tech Hokies in the Commonwealth Cup. We've held that shit for 14 years now? Going on 15 if we win it this year upcoming? Yeah, bruh. He's the last one. Fuck him. Fuck Tiki Barber. Fuck Rondé Barber. Fuck Chris Long. Fuck Chris Long.
Yeah.
Fuck what's my man's name? DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
Oh shit.
Fuck Keith Miller.
Savage.
I do have hate in my heart for the University of Virginia, and it runs deep.
Very deep.
It runs so deep, so fucking deep. It like that Dave Chappelle skit when he was the black white supremacist. He said, "If you got hate in your heart, let it out. I let it out every chance I can, but it always comes back. It always comes back." But yeah, that's that. But that's the thing. My hatred, for that school knows no bounds, no bounds. And again, there's no college athletics going on right now, so what does it matter? It doesn't. But you know what? Fuck the University of Virginia in Charlottesville. Fuck West Virginia University in Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh shit! He was a Falcon too. I was like, hold on, he was a Falcon?
Yeah, fuck Matt Schaub.
Fuck that nigga.
Nigga ain't shit. He went to Houston, got his ass kicked, and then he was like, alright, I'm ready to be a backup again. And came back to Atlanta.
I know you was like, why did we take that nigga back?
Yep, honest to God, I sat there when I got that update. It's like Matt Schaub is signed to like a 2-year contract. I was like, why? Why is he back? We were fine without him. Just, I don't know, re-sign DJ Shockley or whatever. I don't care. Just fuck Matt Schaub. Yeah, I'd rather have DJ Shockley than fucking Matt Schaub.
Yeah. Hey, 8 plus 2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I hate the New Orleans Saints. I hate Orlando City FC.
Dang. What do you like? That's the question.
Well, I like Atlanta United. I like at the Atlanta Falcons. I like the Virginia Tech Hokies. I like the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, fuck the Pelicans. Fuck the Pelicans.
Well,
the Pelicans were the New Orleans Hornets. So they took everything from the Charlotte franchise and kept it there, even though they haven't done shit since they got to New Orleans, except ruin Chris Paul's best fucking years. I digress. I'm just gonna put that back in my back pocket. They just gave us our name and colors back after a little bit. Which, whatever, thank you. I'm happy that I can pull for the Hornets and not the Bobcats, but we don't have the trophies or anything.
Oh man,
shit yet.
That's a good feeling.
I don't have one.
I thought it would be Milwaukee.
Not. Even if it was, a lot better than Charlotte.
Okay, that's not saying much, sir. You feel good, like punching down? Is that how you feel? You feel good punching down?
A lot better chance to make it to the finals. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all ain't even gonna make it to the playoffs when y'all lose Kimba this year.
Oh, no, we're just tanking.
Mark my word.
We're just tanking to
Mark
get
my words.
whatever top draft pick we possibly can.
You make it to the finals? Yeah. I mean, the playoffs with him.
Not.
Unfortunately. Got beat out by Detroit. And they ain't do shit. But,
JJ, I can't wait, buddy. You should have said that.
so, are you still a Ben Roethlisberger accusation denier?
Oh, Big Ben did it. Big Ben did everything.
Guilty until proven innocent.
He did it,
You're
yo.
right. You're right. He is guilty. He is guilty until proven innocent. That nigga guilty. He guilty as shit. He guilty as sin.
Innocent to, no, what is it? Innocent to proven guilty.
Yeah, you said guilty.
My
That
bad.
nigga guilty. You
My
right.
bad.
He guilty.
He ain't guilty. You got no proof.
I know he was happy they got rid of L and
Brown.
man, Brown.
I wouldn't say happy, but
They got rid of the
Tired
two
of
black
Brown.
players that were better than him. Of course he was happy.
hey, it's a lot of people on that team. Y'all talk a lot of shit for some teams that ain't even make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? And I'll continue to talk shit because you know what? Whatever you can dole out, I can take. I'm good. I have witnessed the worst that my team has to offer, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You can't hurt me
Like,
any
choking
more
at
than my
Super Bowl.
own. You can't hurt me more than my team already has. So guess what? Talk your shit. Talk your shit. But you know what we don't have? We don't have all the internal strife that the Steelers have right now.
Ooh.
The
What do
Falcons.
y'all have? I have nothing.
What do you mean we have nothing? We have the best wide receiver in the league.
Oh, that's a lie.
Oh, you don't. You definitely don't have a fucking horse in that race anymore.
Yeah, we do.
Juju Smith-Schuster? Fuck you. He is fucking dollar store Antonio Brown. I don't want to hear that. Don't you sit
This is
here and try to
third
sell me
year
on
in
that.
the league, bro.
Don't you no, but don't you try to sell me on that. Don't you try to sell me on that. If he makes it to 8, if he makes it to 8.
Julio gonna make it? I mean, Julio the best one?
Julio better
the
than...
best receiver in the league.
Yes, he is.
In the league.
Yes.
Fuck.
Who's better? Who's better?
Who's better?
Who better?
Off the top of my head, Antonio Brown better than.
Horse shit. Horse shit. He's
Lies.
not. He's not.
What is that? They fully stats up.
Okay, do that.
Talking reckless.
Do that. Do that. That's fine. He can do that. He's gonna go to touchdowns, and I already know that Antonio Brown has more touchdowns than Julio. That's fine. Whatever. Next.
Me and you both.
Yeah, I can't either.
Yeah, I'm not so excited, but
Yeah, that's because your Panthers are garbage.
yeah. We
Ooh,
didn't do
y'all
much
in the
in
same
it. We
division.
really didn't do much in all season.
Y'all don't do much, period.
That Cam's hurt. Like he I already say he hurt, but
Nah,
They
he
let
just
him
he just
play.
trash.
Oh,
I will give respect to Luke Kuechly. I will give respect to Christian McCaffrey. I will give respect to Dontari Poe, but that's only because he played for us and I really like him. Man, fuck Riverboat Ron. That nigga scary.
alright. You got me last year.
Oh no, I'm waiting. No, go ahead. Pull. Talk stats to me.
You got me. You got me.
No,
last
talk stats. No, talk stats, bro. You said let me pull up these stats. All right, bet. Pull up the stats. Talk to me. I'm about to. Bruh. I'm about to hit you with the fucking Shannon Sharp. Skip. Rob.
Only 1 year. The year before that, Antonio Brown was above him.
With what?
And the year
Talk.
before
What
that,
stats? What
he
stats?
wasn't,
What stats?
reception yards. Reception yards.
Okay. Well, I mean, when you're the only option on the team, I guess yeah, you're gonna get all the fucking touches.
I bet.
So I mean, when you have one receiver and that's it, yeah. I mean, sure.
Who? Y'all?
No, y'all. What do you mean?
We got plenty
Fuck
of
out of
receivers,
here.
yo.
Okay.
Crazy as it
Okay.
is. Talking reckless.
Is there any other way to talk, sir? But I mean-
the better team. Just realize it. Just forget it.
Nah, man. Nah. Y'all don't have a top 10 wide receiver anymore. You don't have a top 10 running back anymore. You have a quarterback that's been past his prime for about 4 years now.
I give you that one.
Nah, no, 7's a
I'll say
long time.
4.
7's a long
I'll
time.
say 1. I'll say 1. Last year he was breaking records. 500 reception yards a game. Oh my god. Oh my God! Do I have to pull this up?
Well, I have a
Yeah,
quick,
pull it
I have a
up.
quick, I have a quick
I
question.
think I have
How many 300-yard games has Antonio Brown had?
last year.
No, how many in his career? In his career, because I know he didn't have any last year. 300-yard games.
I don't know. I don't know off the top of
Zero,
my head.
zero. I already know it's zero.
But it's whatever. Who has 300 yards in one game?
Julio, Quintoris,
When you the only
Julio
receiver on the
Jones.
team,
No,
it's
no,
okay.
no, no. It's no.
You
He
have no
wasn't.
running back.
He wasn't the only team. He wasn't the only receiver on that team. You know who he did it against? He literally got a quarterback release the day after that game. Carolina was like, "Damn, you got burnt for 160 yards. We have to cut you. You know that, right?" He got 160 yards on one person. He burned the Carolina Panthers for 350 yards, bruh. So you can't sit here and tell me that Antonio Brown is a better receiver than Julio. As an all around player, I will give you that Antonio Brown is better just because he can return kicks. But as a receiver, no, fam. You can get the fuck out of here with that. You can get the entire fuck out of here and the next fuck out of here with that. He can only see through steel-colored glasses.
I'm speaking facts. Weak ass ain't gonna do shit this year.
You legit pulled up one thing and said, "Oh, he had me beat last year," and you ain't say nothing else about facts. I don't want to hear you talk about facts. I only speak facts, and then you brought up facts. You're like, "Nope, never mind. These facts don't agree with me."
I said you got it last year, but the year I always talk about last year off the rip. Can't go on no more.
But you really think Juju gonna be like a top receiver in the league? I mean, I want your honest opinion. Juju.
Who?
Juju.
Top? Yes.
Juju Smith-Schuster from USC.
Yeah. Why not? Why y'all not believing that he won't?
I mean, I think that he did very well, and so far with his career, because he had somebody across from him that required a lot of attention.
You do know Tony Brown went on the field that much this year.
But whenever he is, like, first of all, I'm not going to sit here and say that Juju's a bad receiver. That's not what I'm saying.
But you saying he ain't gonna be a top tier receiver? Might as well say he a bad receiver.
Wait, why? Do you think Mohamed Sanu's a bad receiver?
No.
Okay, is he a top 10 receiver? No. He is not a top 10 receiver. He plays for my team. He plays for my team. I will not let you sit here and try to tell me.
Trying to think. What you mean top 10? Like what? Top 10?
A top 10 receiver.
Top of the whole active NFL roster.
Oh. Damn, that's a hard one. It's a hard one.
I know for a fact Sanu's not top 10.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know shit about wide receivers, but I know Sanu's not top 10. He's good, but he ain't top 10.
No, he's a really solid receiver, but he's not a top 10 guy.
Yeah.
I mean, because top 10 is like a whole nother stratosphere.
True.
Like, top 10s are your Julios, your Antonios, your Odells, your
not consistent.
your
Not consistent enough to be a top 10.
fuck, DeAndre Hopkins, your shit.
Damn, Tyreek Hill gone. Oh yeah. It's crazy.
But yeah, like that. Right now, Juju's gonna have to like. This year's gonna really be a tale of the tape
I think
because
can.
he. But this is the
I
thing.
don't
He's
know,
gonna have to be the guy this year though. Like,
his
and
mind got to be right after what Antonio was fucking around doing, talking all that shit.
He'll be good, man. Oh, 11:30.
but yeah. I mean, okay, so we've kind of strayed from. Well, I guess there wasn't a path per se, but we have gone into a sport that is in the depths of its off season.
Oh, it's about to get crazier. Oh, I heard Jimmy Butler's on free agency too. Is that true or is that false?
I think so.
Oh, he's not returning to Philly. One of them.
Well, I mean, he was on like I think he was in the last year with Minnesota. That's why they were like willing to deal him.
Yeah, he's on his final year of his contract. They talking
So
about he might go to
or he
yeah,
just
something like that. They talking about he might go to LA.
telling James. It ain't just because of LeBron. It's fucking LA.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, the Lakers. The Lakers
LeBron?
literally only got like 6 players on that team currently. Because Rondo, JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, I think they only got like 1-year contracts. And they got to renegotiate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They only got like 6 solid players on their team. Right now.
Well, they still got Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free agency.
I want
Still
to see what Lonzo Ball do in another team.
He gonna play. He gonna play.
Cause I don't think he will work out in LA. I really don't think.
He ain't in LA no more.
I don't know, man. See, I see Lonzo Ball as a solid 6 man. But you know, he's still young, so
Six
he
man.
got yeah, he's still young, so he got time to prove himself. Yeah.
First of all, LeVar Ball didn't raise no fucking 6 man. He raised stars.
My dude said 6 man.
6 man. 6 man. Hey, he got the chance to prove himself in New Orleans. Well, they got Drew Holiday, so I don't even know how they're gonna put him in the starting lineup.
They do got Drew Holiday.
Spelled with a J.
And he bought the anybody get Zion too?
Yep.
Oh no, the Pelicans. The Pelicans are going to be fun this year. Fuck the Pelicans, but they're going to be fun.
Pelicans got #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
That's why they well, I ain't gonna say that's why they didn't care, but they still got something for AD.
Yeah, and they also have 3 first-round picks over the next 7 years whenever they want them, basically.
That's ridiculous. That's crazy. And that part was a little ridiculous.
Well, when you want something bad enough, you give up anything for it. So that's what the Lakers did. The Lakers were just like, the Lakers legit were just like, all right, what you want?
Fuck it, take it all.
You can't have Kyle. That was like the only thing they were like, no, You can't have my beanie baby that I've. You can't have the beanie baby I've had that my grandmother gave me before she died. But you can have anything else in the house.
LA about to be tall though. Everybody in LA about to be huge and athletic.
I mean, it's the NBA. Like, that's par for the course.
Not a lot of people. I'm talking about like tall and athletic, like a point guard, but tall as fuck. About to be able to move, block, steal, hold the paint down.
But do y'all think they're gonna win the finals?
Who?
LA.
Yeah. I gotta wait to see what
Everybody automatically call it LA a contender.
Well, I mean, you why wouldn't you? With like
Well,
LeBron and with LeBron and AD, yeah.
Everybody think LA gonna win the finals.
Who is everybody? Who is everybody? Who are these everybody's you talk to? What are you talking about? Tavian, I need you to start like giving us bibliographies when you say stuff.
Hold up.
I don't know where your phone's at, but I need you to give me bibliographies. You gonna have to start like typing up shit in FMLA format and telling me like where you got this source. Is it credible? Wikipedia don't count. Yeah, we going to high school, bro. That's what we about to do. I had to go to high school with you, fam.
Stay calm. I got you.
Do you think they're gonna win the finals?
No.
No, not now.
It all depends. Well, I mean, I guess I can't really talk because I don't know who's going where and what's happening. Because, you know, Golden State, they may be able to keep everybody. They probably won't.
Bloody problem over there.
I think
Even
so.
if they do, most of the people are injured.
Right, but they can get healthy.
That's a lot. Yeah, another year from now.
Another year? What are you talking about?
They're probably gonna come
KD's
back
out
after
for a year.
KD's out for about
like
6 to 8 months.
All-Star break.
He's out for a year.
And
Well,
Klay
yeah,
Thompson
season.
and Klay Thompson can be back by like the All-Star break. And you act like you definitely act like the Warriors can't, like, you know, make do, be like a 4 seed without those guys. And then come playoff time they come back. But playoff time they come back. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to play the long game, and the Warriors can do that even with the injuries. They're good enough to be in the top half of the Western Conference and then get their best players back.
I can't tell.
Well, honestly, you know what? If they were in the bottom half, and then all of a sudden they get their players back. Tell me that's not a problem for the West.
Why you say a problem?
So you're telling me, okay, let's just say without KD and Klay, the Warriors are like a 5th seed in the West. But by the time the playoffs come around, they're back. You're not telling me there are going to be a problem in the Western Conference playoffs?
No. Fuck them. They barely made it this fucking year.
They barely made it where? To the finals?
Yep.
You're right, but I'm not saying to the finals. I'm just saying in general. Like, they will be a problem. They will be a headache to whoever.
Got trouble on this position.
But what DeAndre was saying, they KD gonna lose. I think he's gonna stay.
Okay then.
I mean, it depends on what happens in this free agency. Now that you know, Anthony Davis has moved to Los Angeles, that shifts balance. That's a domino that fell. Now it's just time to see where the rest of these dominoes fall.
The rest.
That was the one everybody was waiting on. My opinion. Y'all don't. I don't. Y'all don't see Kyrie going to LA, going back with LeBron.
Well, no, he can't do that for his, for his manhood or whatever. Yeah, he'll like, cause everybody gonna be like, oh, you gotta crawl back to LeBron.
But he already said sorry. He understands now. What change? I don't know.
I guess he man enough to say he's sorry, though.
The reason Cleveland got one.
Yeah, like Chaz was saying, Kyrie leaving for the money. I said, like Chaz was saying, Kyrie leaving for the money. He ain't going nowhere where he got rings.
Dislocation immediately.
Everybody moves for money.
Not everybody. Not everybody.
Who don't?
Who doesn't leave for money?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you players off the top of my head, but there's like, well, I mean, Kimba's willing to stay and not get paid like the max contract that he so rightfully deserves.
Nice.
Not every player's in it for the money. There's players who want rings. Hell, KD is a player that wasn't in it for the money at first. He wanted the ring, and he got it. Carmelo was in it for the money. No, Carmelo was always in it for the money. Shut up. Carmelo was always in it for the money. No ifs, ands, or buts. He was just like, I'm a merc. Give me my money. It doesn't matter what. Just come on. If you weren't paying Melo, you weren't getting Melo.
Nope. Didn't give a damn where he went. Like you said, as long as he was getting paid.
I mean, Lala got expensive tastes, and, that's fine.
There was a saying like Durant got his 2 rings, now he got paid for them.
I don't believe that he's paying for him now, but I mean, he did what he had to do to get what he wanted. That was the thing. He had the personal stuff. He had the MVP. He had the records and stuff like that, but he didn't have the ring. And in our society, that's what counts. Rings count. That's why the biggest argument whenever you talk to anybody about who's the greatest of all time in the NBA, when it comes down to Jordan or LeBron, the one argument that like most people bring up is rings. Because championships count. Championships count. Even though it's a team game, it's not like fucking track and field where if you don't run fast and you don't win. It's a team fucking game. It's a team fucking sport. The NBA is. Like, that's what it's all about. Who got what? Who has this? Who has more rings? Da 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 da. And yeah, it's not how it's supposed to go, but that's how it works. So
Yeah,
for KD. So when KD wants to be in that argument of greatest of all time, he had to have rings. Because guess what? At some point, nobody's going to ask how did he get them. They're just going to be how many you got. Because nobody talks about how trash MJ was in the playoffs before he got, Scotty and Dennis. Nobody talks about the stuff that he did earlier in his career. All they talk about is the 3 rings. He retired and then the 3 rings again.
Yeah, he got tossed around by the fucking
The Pistons.
Pistons.
Oh, the Pistons fucked
Yeah.
him up every which way to Sunday. But nobody talks about that. They just talk about the rings he's got. They don't talk about how he got bounced in the playoffs and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced. But that's just how our world works. I love them. They're great.
Fucking
They're
PS4.
fantastic. Yeah, the only reason that they have drama is because they beat a poor Asian country 13-0, and people were upset because they celebrated goals. A country that makes our remote controls and batteries, who probably got women's rights about 25 years ago. We beat the shit out of them. I mean, I understand that people are upset because they celebrated, but it's like, fam, if you go to your kid's soccer game and your kid scores a goal, you're going to be happy. So shut up. Like, let them live. Like, they're doing it on the biggest stage. Like, let them fucking live. No, and that was the thing. It wasn't like, oh, we beat y'all's ass and then we just walk off the field like, yo, we just beat you 13-0, suck a dick and die. They went up to us like, yo, keep your head up, keep playing, keep pushing and shit like that. Like, fam, fuck that. The United States is one of the best women's teams in the world. Like, the draw that right. Like, fam, right? Would you have rather us park the bus when we were up 3-0 in the first 30 minutes of the game? Because then you're gonna be like, well, why didn't they try to attack more? And in all honesty, the women's team, there is no winning. To them, there is no winning as far as like this, like what they do is concerned. They beat a team that they should have beat 13-0, and people are upset because they celebrated. Now, when they play tomorrow, and they only beat them like 3-0 because, well, you know, we're going to take our foot off the gas because you think we should. People are going to be like, well, that team sucks. Why did you only beat them 3-0? Well, you got mad at us for doing something, for being a team 13-0, so we decided to take our foot off the gas. It's a lose-lose situation because they're one of the top teams in the world. They're expected to win, so it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. It's always going to be a negative. But you know, that's what they know that. They know that. They expect that. They know they're the best in the world and are one of the best in the world, and they're going to play like it. I mean, they got a target on their back, but they said they welcome it. They're like, yeah, we know that we have a target.
We ain't gonna see that from the men's team.
Well, that's the thing. I was having this conversation with somebody earlier. I was like, the men's team is always going to be a step behind because we don't focus on, you know, soccer like the nations that are great at it focus on it. We'd rather focus on baseball, football, and basketball because those are the sports that, well, one, we invented. And the United States invented fucking baseball and basketball and football. So those are the sports that we focus on the world stage. Soccer was not invented here. We got it late, so we fell behind. So we're never gonna we will not be on the same level as of fucking Brazil or France or in England. But what we can do is we can have a run like what's it called? France or like Croatia had in this past what's it called? This past World Cup, and you know, kind of just luck up. If we get a good draw, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
But I mean, but we're never going to be on the same level as a Brazil or France or an England or an Argentina. It's just not going to happen. But this team can definitely be a lot better than it fucking is right now.
Really. We keep switching coaches too. Like,
No, that was one of my arguments. Like, that's one of our biggest things is that we fire a guy after he has like a couple bad performances, and it's like that's not conducive to success.
yeah.
Like, that's not how you build a franchise. That's not how you build anything. Like, if you look at so like if you go to like football teams, like as an example, RG3, that guy was a great athlete and a solid quarterback. One of his biggest problems when he got to the NFL was that they kept switching coaches on him. They kept switching offensive coordinators. When you do that, you don't have any sense of like consistency. So it takes away from your ability to, you know, be successful. If there's no consistency, you can't be successful.
Sure. Look at Chad. I think you know what he talking about.
I only halfway think I know what I'm talking about. I'm no expert, but he's at home with the white woman that he cheated on his girlfriend with and got tattooed. RG3's kind of messed up, like in a lot of ways, but I'm just gonna focus on his football stuff right now. I'm not gonna delve into his other stuff. I'll let y'all, you know, delve into that a little bit deeper. No, he's not.
I ain't know nothing about that.
Yeah, RG3 is kind of a garbage human being. But anyway, RG3 in the past. But yeah, but that's any relationship. Like, no matter what the relationship is, if there's no consistency in what you're doing or what you're trying to do, it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy.
I definitely forgot what we were talking about though.
RG3.
Before that.
No, it was the women's team. They switched to the men. No, it was soccer.
You're literally just going to the last points that I remember saying. I just don't remember why I was talking about it. I don't remember why I was talking about it though.
I know you gotta keep saying it so it'll finally pop up.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about the women's team and how the men's team is garbage and how there's no consistency and that it's not helping their team at all. Yeah. No, you're completely correct. Yeah. It definitely doesn't help at all. But again, we're not going to be on the same level as the countries who have been putting focus on it for the past 70 years. It's just not going to work. But I just want our men's team to make the World Cup, make it out of the group stage, and maybe knock off a couple people, like a couple, you know, decent teams along the way. That's what my goal is for the women's team. But for the men's team, the women's team, every time win the fucking World Cup, win it, beat everybody 13-0. I don't give a shit. Fuck their feelings. Nobody gives a shit about you anyway. Once you grow, like once you become an adult, so. Like nobody cares about you once you know, become an adult anyway. So fuck their feelings. You know, if they didn't believe in them, if they didn't want to catch this L, then don't come on the grand stage. Whatever.
Fuck your feelings.
Right, like
Like,
that. But that's
are
just
you
kind
really gonna be mad because we celebrate goals? Like, are you like the amount of work we put in to get here?
right. I mean, again, it's like, do you want them to take their foot off the gas? Because then that's disrespectful too. Because at that point, you're like, look, it's like if
You suck.
right.
gonna
It's
slow
like
down.
I'm sorry. So you want me to slow down because you trash, you garbage? All right, bet.
Yeah.
I've
Unless
got
we can keep going and keep thinking that you're a threat, and we just gonna keep scoring ups.
right. Like, why are you mad?
Either way, it's all disrespectful.
It doesn't matter what you do. But again, the women's team is in that situation where it doesn't matter what they do, they're always going to be looked at in the wrong way. Because they're so good, it doesn't matter. They're under a microscope. That's just how it works. But the women's team plays Chile today, so there's probably going to be like a 6-0, 6-1 beating. I miss Hope Solo, even though she did like have domestic, you know, abuse.
She was crazy, man.
Oh, she was crazy as shit. I didn't care. Didn't care.
Yeah, she was crazy.
Yeah, I loved Hope Solo.
That's the perfect,
Hope Solo is great.
That's the perfect type of women for Jazz.
Wow, how do you know what my type is?
Cause that's what you say. That's your type. You like crazy women.
It's every woman though.
No, but Hope Solo was different though. Hope Solo was like different.
I remember they had a little nude out for her. I was like, oh, I gotta see this shit, and it was nothing. I was like, yeah, all right. She was fine as hell.
Yeah.
How tall was she? Was she like 6 foot?
Oh,
was tall.
she might have been. I don't know.
Yeah, she was tall.
I mean, she's also a goalkeeper. She had to be like pretty tall and lanky.
Yeah.
Defenders and goalkeepers, you want to be like tall.
I'll be a solid midfielder.
I'll say
I would not be.
in my height, yeah, I don't have a choice but to be like a midfielder.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on the wing because I'm not fast.
Oh, if we're going by like my actual soccer days, I'm a defender all day. That's what I do.
Oh yeah, I'm a midfielder.
Ooh, I'm body checking niggas all day.
Yo, that's your style. Like you ain't getting through the past these 30 yards.
Oh, bruh, I was like, nah, fam. On my second day of fucking soccer practice, my dad was like, all right, look, you have two options. You go for the ball, you go for the person. I was like, person's bigger. I was like, that's what I'm going for. It's easy.
Soccer?
Yeah, man. It's easier. It's easier to hit a fucking person than it is a fucking soccer ball. Whatever.
You playing soccer, not football.
Bro, I was like 10 years old. It didn't matter what the fuck I did. I had parents who hated me. I had parents who hated me.
I bet.
No, it was so funny. It was so funny. Bro, I used to make kids cry. I used to have kids scared of me. I had parents who would like yell at me because I like hit their kid. I'm like, bro, shut up. I was a bully. I'm not going front. I was a fucking bully.
No, you was sliding with the spikes up.
No, I wouldn't slide. Fuck that. Sliding takes too much effort. I'm literally just like I'm standing up and I'm shoulder checking people. Like I am throwing body weight into folk. Like fuck what you heard. Why would I take time to slide? I'm gonna make sure you understand that you coming into my house. Nah, fam, you're not making it out of here. I remember I made
a little American football in it.
Hell yeah, I made some kids cry. I didn't care. Like, look, they wanted an enforcer. That was me. Like in old school hockey, when there's like, look, this guy might not be that great a hockey player, but he will give you everything he's got, and he will fight people. That was me. Yeah. I was the one who got dirty. I was the one who was willing to give whatever I had to the team. That's what it was.
The Bruins needed someone like you to win their cup.
Nah, fuck the Bruins. I wasn't gonna help them. Fuck teams from Boston. Oh yeah, the whole city of Boston I got beef with too.
Oh yeah, fuck Boston.
What?
Fuck Boston. Fuck Boston. Fuck everything about Boston.
Who, are you talking to Tavian or me?
Well, one, Boston is racist as fuck.
Yeah, Boston is racist. No, Boston is racist. I've heard plenty of anecdotes about how racist Boston is. I don't need to know exactly what's going on.
See, North Carolina racist as fuck too.
Yeah, but we're the South. I'll say we're the South. It's explained. Boston's in the North. They're supposed to be enlightened, and they're supposed to be educated, and they're supposed to have all these book smart shit. Nah, fuck you. You're racist as shit. Y'all don't give a fuck about nothing. Nobody. Yeah, Boston's mad trash.
Yeah, I stand Boston. But you know, I respect David Ortiz. You know, wish him well.
Yeah, it sucks that he got shot, and I respect him. I don't know, man. He was in the Dominican Republic. There's no telling why he got shot. He could have got shot just because it was like a Thursday.
They said it was a robbery or something.
I heard it was a hit.
I believe everything. Whatever.
Really? Really? We're gonna do this right now?
Wait, what are we talking about?
Who has the phone in the background?
Oh, that's me.
It ain't me.
For a change.
But first,
let's see. We've talked about I've talked about places I hate and teams I hate. We talked about, well, I mentioned that the Raptors won the championship.
yeah, Drake got 2 songs.
Yeah,
Man.
we gotta deal with Drake.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, no, we gotta deal with Drake till the end of time now. I don't know what you're talking about. That nigga's never gonna let that shit like die.
I want my chips with the dip.
I haven't listened to those tracks, and part of me refuses to.
No. He did an interview. He said, I want my chips with the dip.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to Drake like that anymore. I can't afford to pay attention to Drake.
I can't stand Drake, but that shit was hilarious. I want my chips with the dip.
That nigga high as shit. Well, there were those two tracks. There were those two tracks by Dreamville.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
They both sound the same.
I thought that Get Bad was dope.
Yeah.
I have to go back and listen to them again. We can talk about this like later. After we both go back and listen to it. But I mean, I definitely thought it was straight. I mean, I'm just ready for the whole fucking tape to drop.
Yeah, I am too.
Of course I'm excited for the tape to drop. Fuck you mean? First of all, Revenge of the Dreamers 1 and 2 are both dope as shit. Both great tapes. Hell, the second one was better than the first.
Now they got more people in. They had a whole session.
Oh, stop.
Whole 6
Oh,
days.
Honestly, if honestly, I'll say, based off of the 2 songs they've dropped already, I'm kind of hesitant to say anything about it because it's not like the Revenge of the Dreamers 1 was basically like every artist had at least one track for themselves, and then they would have a track with a feature, or that they were featured on. The second one was basically like every track had a feature on it, and like it was just kind of like, all right, cool, let's see where this goes. If the 2 songs that they dropped are any kind of indication of the actual like whole tape, I'm gonna be mad. I'm skeptical, because I mean, but that was the thing. I also know that they had a lot of people in studio. Hey! Don't talk.
I'm trying to say about Luda.
Yeah, what you got to say, man?
He dropped. Oh no, I don't want to say 50 years. He did drop something though. It wasn't 50 years though. You bugging.
Luda.
I know what you're talking about.
No, it has.
Yeah.
But like I said,
No.
it's. But like I said,
You gotta show him the
it's.
same. Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with this. Because especially because like now that all the like artists in Dreamville have dropped pretty, solid solo projects. Like Jid dropped a dope album. Omen dropped right after Revenge of the Dreamers 2, but he hasn't dropped anything since. Well, that's my thing about that's my thing about Omen. Omen's always working on it. Omen don't ever drop anything like consistent. He kind of like Crit in that instance, where like, but I mean, right. But then there was a period where like Crit didn't drop anything for like 2 years, and we're like, Crit, what you doing, fam? But also is like, but Omen was like. Omen hasn't dropped anything since like 2015, maybe 2016. Probably the whole process of it. But I like Omen. I want to see what his project's going to entail. He dropped one. He has one of my favorite songs. Like I really like it. I mean, it's a dope song, bro.
My thing is about that. I'm still waiting on Isaiah Rashad. And What happened? Cause they was in they the whole TDE game. They was doing that shit in it. But no, I was saying the whole TDE game. They was doing that shit in order. It was like Scissor, you nuts, and then Schoolboy Q, you nuts, and now Kendrick about to drop his, and Isaiah Rashad. I ain't even heard nothing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nah, nah.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Isaiah Rashad can spit, dog.
Well, I mean, honestly, think about it. Who in TDE wouldn't sit on the sidelines because of Kendrick? Okay, so then let's not point out Isaiah Rashad.
Maybe he needs to lead TDE there. I'm talking about Isaiah.
Well, then again, most people from Dreamville have already dropped their projects before Cole has. Well, I mean, but why would you want to compete with the people that you're on a label with? Like, you want to compete, no, but you want to compete with them, but you don't want to be in direct competition. Like, I mean, that kind of goes back to the whole, like, sports thing that we were talking about. Like, you don't want to be the only player on a team. Like, at all. Like, you don't want to be the only receiver in the receiver court, because then that puts too much pressure on you. But you want to be able to, like, have somebody to, you know, go to. Like, you want somebody to help you out and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm wounded! Medic!
Right. But I mean, in that, as part of a label, you're all a part of the same team. That's why you don't necessarily want to, like... Right. Yeah, that's unnecessary. Yeah. But I mean, but part of that being dope for us is also the fact that, like, nobody knows how to just enjoy shit anymore. Like, people, right, people want, like, alright, you dropped an album, cool, when you drop in the next one, it's like, fam, I gave you some new shit 3 weeks ago, why are you, like, why are you acting like this right now? So far, I want to just see what else we got going on. I would be interested to see what Sean does. Unfortunately.
That's a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't even listened to the to Drake's some little singles. Oh. Yeah, there'll be some time for me.
Oh, happy Father's Day.
Oh yeah, happy Father's Day, Dre, Rob,
Happy Father's Day.
and until next time, this has been Whiskey Talk. Some of us rather intoxicated, most of us not. This has been your host, SNAFU.
This is Tay.
Yerp, Robert out. Steelers going to Super Bowl. Yerp.
Until next time, be safe, have fun, and talk some shit. It's very freeing.
Good for your soul.
Good.